Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
If you like pina coladas.
On AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
The only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
Good Wednesday. How's everybody doing on a little Sports 56 Happy Hour? It is your man Johnny Radio. We got Randall Sharp in the hizzy. We got Gabe Kuhn hanging out, and we got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Cause, well, we are living in a new world, I've realized. The world that I grew up in, it's not here anymore. I can give you so many examples. What's the dude, Chris Matthews on Hardball? You know, he got away for like 50 years of being like what he was, and now he's gone.
Yeah.
There's just like the Me Too movement. There's all kinds of things. We now got the coronavirus. By the way, The Simpsons predicted that in 1993. We got all kinds of things that are going on, and we have a new sports world. We also have a world that's so fractured that the only thing it seems like Americans tune into is the National Football League. Everything else, you got little kids young watching Ninja play video games. Baseball for the younger generation, breaks my heart. But to be honest, if they don't play baseball, it seems like at a young age, they don't really care about the sport when they get older. And even if they do, there's basketball, there's football, there's so much more things going on in these young people's lives. They're playing video games, that the world is changing. And the reason I bring this up, because in the first segment, I just want to ask y'all one quick question. 67129. Let me know a couple things. But I never thought when I was growing up that I would live in a world where I was getting ready to buy my Sports Illustrated and they're talking about putting a lady who's 50 years old on the cover. What makes you think I'm going to buy a Sports Illustrated with a 50-year-old bikini model?
Wait. Okay. What does the model look like? Because if it's Tyra Banks, you probably might want to buy that. If it's Nikki Murphy, you might want to buy that, right? So, you know, if it's Halle Berry, you might want to buy that. I'm just saying, you know.
True.
I'm just saying, you can't
already kind of beat me to where I'm getting. You already kind of beaten me up to where I'm getting. And what I'm trying to say is, though, as I first saw this, that a 50-year-old woman might be on Sports Illustrated, I was thinking to myself, dang, the world's changed. When I see the news saying Jeff Sessions is in a runoff with former Auburn coach, former Ole Miss coach, former coach, Tommy Crazy Tuberville, the riverboat gambler. You know, you got Trump tweeting about how incompetent Jeff Sessions is and basically sounding like he's backing a former football coach to be in government. What I'm trying to say is the world is changing. The world is changing so much that the New York Yankees aren't signing autographs because of the coronavirus. They will not shake people's hands, and they're signing pieces of paper with the players' names on them and everything, and then they're having a dude who's not a player go and hand their autograph out to people. If that doesn't feel also like BS, then I don't know what does. Hey, look, I got a autograph from, it says Aaron Judge. Didn't see him sign it or anything, but some dude for the Yankees gave it to me. You know what I mean? We are living in a world now today where Joe Burrow was compared to Tom Brady by somebody. We're living in a world where basically I think we've lost our mind. And I'm trying to get us back into a little bit of reality. But before I do that, I just want to take y'all down the rabbit hole. Who wants to go down the rabbit hole? So, trending today. Y'all want to find out what's some of the most important topics of the day? It's very fascinating because I already pulled it up in the answer of this. And right now, number 2 is Jeff Sessions and Tommy Tuberville's runoff, at least on the one I'm on. It has, this is just so funny to me. We got Jeff Sessions, Tuberville. We got 50-year-old Kathy, an SI model over 50. We've got, this is not a joke. These are the stories of the day. And here's the other one. price gouging. How, if you can't find Purell, you can make Purell with vodka. So today we're going to help all those people with the coronavirus who are scared of the coronavirus. And I'm going to save you $147 because right now they're selling Purell 2 packs for $147 on that thing called, what is it? eBay. Like, dude, come on, man. I know like the whole state of Washington's flipping out because of the coronavirus. I understand that it is changing the way the world is, but realistically, if you wake up from a coma 15 years ago and you saw the headlines, you wouldn't believe what's going on, you know? Or just even 5 years ago, Tom Brady's continually talking to Antonio Brown. And it's just, I'm trying to come out and say what I'm trying to say is basically, what in the bleep has happened? And if you don't know what I really want somebody to tell me because I really do. I love Hardwood. I love doing the jokes inside of sports. I love doing sports from the personal side. But it seems like now sports has become 10% what they do on the court and 90% what's going on off the court. And I don't know if I really like it as much. I mean, trust me, I enjoy being, talking tomfoolery and being a idiot. Also love telling people, take the Grizzlies the night before, hit it easy. Hey, did you see those Timberwolves win? What were they, 12.5-point favorites?
I did see them win, yeah.
Don't play no games with me. When I tell you what to bet, you bet it. You might have a pocket. You might be sitting a little bit taller today. But what I'm saying is I would love to sit around and just talk about, what's going on in spring training or on the NBA court or with the Tigers. And today I will tell you, we will talk a lot of Grizzlies. We're going to talk all about Ja and all kinds of other things because at 2 o'clock, Lee Smith will join us. At 2:30, we're going to do Hardwood. We're going to do all kinds of stuff. At 1:30, I'm going to break down, realistically, some more college football things and also ask some questions with Randall. Where does this baseball player, where's he playing now? Because it is amazing how many players are on different teams and how many fans don't even know it. But I don't even know if anybody cares. But here's what I want to get to first. First and foremost, the leading story earlier today was the Yankees. And I want to ask y'all, what do you think about this? Due to the coronavirus, they have already lost Severino. They did get Garrett Cole. Their pitching staff has already taken a huge hit. We talked about yesterday, is Garrett Cole going to be Garrett Cole at Pittsburgh or is he going to be Garrett Cole at Houston? Because I don't know if he's going to get to use that new rub unless they also got that in New York. Because my man's spin rate, I bet, goes down and his ERA goes way up. You just remember I said that. But he did get his $300 million. But I want to ask you, what do you think, in all honesty, about the fact that now in a league like the Cactus League and anyway, spring training baseball, if you've ever been down to like Jupiter, Florida or out west or whatever, when you go down there, it is a very intimate. The guys are in great moods. They're signing autographs. It's like an all-day event. You go from one field to another field to another field. They're all right there. It's a real cool, it's a cool baseball scene if you're a baseball person, okay? Randall's looking at me like, dude, that's definitely not my scene. But if you're a baseball guy, it's a pretty cool scene. Well, because of the amount of travel and the people who come down there, and because of the first reported case of the coronavirus being in Florida, the Yankees have literally come out and now said they are sorry, but they will not be signing any autographs. They will have a person hand out. By the way, how do you feel if you're that guy? Hey, we value you so much that if somebody's going to get the coronavirus, it's going to be you. And guess what? After you hand out, you're never allowed, we're going to put the people's autographs here. You pick them up at a certain time. He doesn't even come in contact with the players because he comes in contact with the people. It's like a whole quarantine event. I have to admit, it's very professional, almost military-esque. Baseball, they spend a lot of money. They want to keep these players healthy. I get it. But it is an absolute trip how far they are actually going. And a lot of people don't realize what I'm talking about. And this is probably the first they've ever heard about this. But the New York Yankees, in spring training will not have any interaction with fans. And that is what spring training is all about. Like, that's the whole, like, that's how you get to know the dudes. And, like, that's the most intimate. Like, when you go, when baseball season starts, opening day gets here, and you are in Wrigley or you're, one of these other stadiums all over the country, these guys are 100% serious. There is no joke. They're in it to win it. And I know there's a lot of games, but every single day, those guys are going out there to make money. Spring is so much more relaxed, especially for the superstars, and that's who the people want to see. And the superstars don't play a whole lot. They do get a whole lot of downtime, and they do spend a lot of time with the fans. I have been, I talked to a friend of mine, and he told me, like, his favorite thing in the whole wide world is spring training. He's like, out of all the sporting things that I ever do, when I go cover spring training, that's my favorite event. He's like, that's the best month of my life. He's like, you just don't understand. The guys are cool. They're easy to talk to.
It's enjoyable. It's in good weather. There's a lot of spring breakers. I remember going out to Arizona, a couple of spring breaks.
Never done that.
When I was younger
I want to do that.
See a lot of these people play.
And you get to be closer to them than you ever would in a real setting. And you also get an opportunity to like to talk back and forth with them. A lot of times they don't, when they're on deck, they don't chime back and forth during spring training all the time. Now, you've had a bad incident, of course, with what was it, Alex Bregman I can't remember, Carlos Correa, one of them. Some bad stuff with Houston, but other players are like talking to the little kid. You saw the one, like the dude went over there and like Mike Trout's over there, like, saying what's up to a little baby that was just born, and the parents are going crazy, like, Mike Trout touched our baby. Oh my God, our baby is blessed. Mike Trout touched him. But now that intimate thing of sport that gave, I think, baseball kind of a little bit of momentum for opening day for the hardcore baseball fans, because the only people down in spring training are the ones that are really like travel down there and spend it are hardcore baseball fans. Like, they want to be close to these guys. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they want to be down there. They don't care about necessarily they're going to watch the whole season on TV. They'll go to a few games, but they want to interact with the players. And that's what spring training feels like for a fan. Now that that's gone, and now that the Yankees have quarantined basically the team, except for when they go out onto the field to play, they are it is now. They have had to sign a paper that says they're not allowed to handshake, high five, or dap fans. Like, that's like, dude, you walk down when you get there, Aaron Judge is walking down, dapping up everybody. By the way, he's got to go way down because he's like 6'7", but he's hitting up all the little kids, and that's kind of where it makes the little kids, their dreams. And I'm going to tell you something. One of the best things of my life was playing a tournament as a young kid down in Florida and being able to go see the big leaguers with my ball team and get that close and them come and talk to us. And that is probably one of the big reasons I'm still a big baseball fan. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of those things that stuck with me for the rest of my life. And now that's not going to happen for a lot of these little baseball teams or some of these other people or whatever. So it's just kind of weird, I think, and it's sad. But it also does show that this coronavirus, it is hit a little bit of craziness. But here, listen to this also. Players have to avoid taking balls from fans. They're not allowed to take pins from fans. They can't sign autographs. It says keep all of your flesh to yourself. That is almost weird. Like, what do you keep all of your flesh to? Wait, what? Is that a Bull Durham kind of saying? Is that what they're like also saying? Hey, don't be friendly with the fans, and also don't have the redhead girl, what was it, Susan Sarandon or whatever, come back and chill with you after the game? I don't know. He also said the team's open lines of communications with the local public health authority go on daily. The front office consults a local infection disease specialist daily, and medical personnel are there every single day to test all of their players, all of their coaches, and all of their personnel. They've all been shot, of course, with the flu vaccine, which doesn't save you from the coronavirus, but they say it could help, maybe lower the symptoms or something. I don't know. But anyway, they made all their team get that. And again, Yankees GM Brian Cashman said, "We love our fans, but right now the most important thing is to keep our players educated, not overreact," which it sounds like you are overreacting, and also still try to get better so we can have an amazing season. We are just trying to apply the best practices to keep our players safe. It's not easy, We love our fans, but we have to keep our players healthy. The virus has already affected the sports world globally. We don't want to affect this year's baseball season. Now, when Cashman comes out and says that, does it not sound very rational? That was almost I thought that was a pretty rational statement, wasn't it? We want to keep our players safe. It's already globally affected the world. I mean, they're talking about canceling the Olympics. They're talking about all kinds of stuff. They've had games canceled already in college. So I'm curious, do you think that Brian Cashman and what the Yankees implemented today, is this something that's going to start and it's going to go into other clubhouses, and next thing you know, nobody down in the Cactus League or down at Jupiter or wherever, anybody playing spring ball, they're just going to avoid the fan?
If they're smart, they'll do it, I think. Player safety is tantamount because, number one, these owners are putting billions of dollars in escrow, right? So they're making investments into these players, and if Aaron Judge gets sick and, knock on wood, he, dies because of the coronavirus, I mean, then what?
But this is where I'm trying to ask you this something, because my buddy Cole, who just texted me, he's out in Washington where everybody's going bananas. That's where I'm going to teach all you people again. You don't have to go online and spend $147 on Purell, because in just a second I'm going to teach you how to make Purell out of vodka, and vodka's a lot cheaper. You can go get Burnett's for nothing, man. You can be broke. You can find change in your couch and get a bottle of Burnett's, dog. You can get drunk and wash your hands. But anyway, I'm going to help you all with that. But again, the Olympics in Tokyo, there's questions about that. The F1 race was canceled. Soccer games have been canceled. Baseball games in Japan have been canceled. So far, nothing's happened with football. Basically, there's no sports going on over in Korea. And again, it's just I didn't when you look at this and then you look at Brian Cashman's little read, and then somebody did a nice article. And you realize the coronavirus, I didn't realize how actually scary this junk could be. But the thing is, it doesn't kill, it kills at about the rate of the flu, a little bit better or a little bit higher, depending on who you listen to. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole crazy situation. Again, out of athletes, I just feel like they're probably one of the more healthy people. I think they have a little bit less to worry about than most. But again, I am no doctor. I just wanted to inform you. If you're going down to watch a little bit of baseball, don't expect to dap it up with your best friend or, one of the guys come over and kiss a baby. By the way, it's a presidential debate. Are they going to go around and start slapping hands and kissing babies this year, or is the coronavirus going to mess that up too? We should ask Tuberville that with Jeff Sessions, since they're having a runoff. Oh, this world's gone crazy. But now the most important thing, I'm about to tell you how to make Purell out of vodka. And then one more thing, on the other end, I'm going to tell you about Kathy Jacobs, who's actually an inspiration. She might be a 50-year-old woman who graces the cover of Sports Illustrated. Boy, what a world we live in. But again, do not pay $149 for a 12-ounce bottle of Purell, because that's what it's selling right now, because people are price gouging out the frizzame. Just good, by the way, you can use good old-fashioned soap and water and wash your hands for 20 seconds, they say.
Or, John, here's a wild, crazy thought. You can just go to, Walmart or Family Dollar. Or
out in
Dollar
Kroger or
General.
whatever, they're completely gone. People have, hoarded all that junk.
Dollar Tree, you can go and get hand sanitizer for $1.
We still can.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But the people out there, and we're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. My boy Cole is in Washington listening to me right now. He's laughing at me. He's saying, man, it's coronavirus. I don't give a damn. He's like, whatever. But anyway, I'm going to tell y'all, do not pay $140. If you got a bottle of vodka, 60% vodka, 40% water, put it in a little spray bottle, and just rub your hands for about 15 seconds till it dries, and guess what? Kill just as many germs as Peril. Dude, now your hand might smell like vodka and you don't want to probably go drive because the cop are going to be like, you know you've been drinking, sir. How did you pass this DUI test? You're like, I'll blow. But just smell like vodka, son. Okay, listen. I know it's probably not good to go driving after that, but it will save you $140-some if you're in one of these places. 60% vodka, 40% water. Put it in a spray bottle, couple sprays, bam. And they say you can also use isopropyl alcohol, but don't drink that. Do not, under any circumstance, drink that. But I think Burnett's will do it for you, or Smirnoff or whatever you like to drink. But I also have to tell y'all, 50-year-old woman is going to grace possibly the cover of a Sports Illustrated. I'll tell you all about her and a whole lot more on Sports 56. Always remember Chad Gatlin and MemphisFarmers.com, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
The word is out about R&R on Sports, where you've heard interviews from
Ken Griffith Jr., Dr. J, Hank Aaron, and many, many more.
Right here, R&R on Sports. Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Don't miss it.
It's not too early to start planning for spring at Family Leisure. New pools are starting at $19.99, spas starting at $21.99, and swim spas now only $99.99. 5-piece patio furniture starts at only $799. Pool chemicals, toys, accessories, and more up to 20% off. Mention this ad, you'll get free delivery and 1 month of chemicals with your spa purchase. Start your spring planning now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
I'm Dr. George Flynn. As a physician and president of Flynn Broadcasting Company, I want to assure you that this Flynn Broadcasting station will keep you totally updated on breaking news or changes in the coronavirus situation. There's some easy steps you can take right now to begin to prepare you in a relaxed manner. Stock up on any household items you might need for fever reduction, such as aspirin, acetaminophen, or ibuprofen. Stock up on food and disposable items just like you might take on a 10-day vacation. This way, even in the unlikely possibility you're quarantined, it'll only be a minor inconvenience. There's absolutely no reason to panic, and certainly no reason to try any unproven treatments or medicines. We'll keep you updated with true, proven medical facts so that you can live with minimal disruption in your life, whether it's at work, at school, or at home. I'm Dr. George Flynn, thanking you for being a stable, positive influence in our community, and stay informed through Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Stop waiting and start off-road living in a Can-Am today. The Spring Fever event is now on at Olive Branch Motorsports. Take on every task, trail, and terrain in a Can-Am off-road vehicle that will easily handle anything that comes your way. And for a limited time, get up to $2,500 off on select 2019 models, making it easier than ever to go out and play. Visit Olive Branch Motorsports now at 5656 Goodman Road or online at obmotorcycleatv.com. Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here!
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Yo, yo, yo! By the way, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but on Sports 56 Happy Hour, we're talking about the wild world that is sport and how much it's changed. And by the way, and I mean it has changed a lot. From basically, we got Tommy Tuberville running in a runoff with Jeff Sessions in Alabama, man. Like, that's just a tripping on itself. You got the President of the United States tweeting about it. He's like back in the coach. You got the coronavirus affecting baseball. And like, what was it? Chicago won't travel out to Washington for their last game. You got all kinds of stuff. The Olympics might be canceled.
Chicago State, John.
Chicago State. Yeah. You know, I'm not trying to get specific. I'm just saying they scared of Washington. My buddy Cole, who's anyway, I can't say this, but anyway, like he tried to mail me a letter. And he just wanted to say, hey, John, I miss you. And they wouldn't let him mail it. Yep, you can't even mail out of Washington right now. No joke. No joke. It's a serious situation. But there's been one case, and the New York Yankees went banana sandwiches.
Yo, John, real quick, I don't mean to cut you off. UMKC will not play its road game at Seattle University on Saturday due to the coronavirus threat, the WAC announced.
Wow. It's unbelievable. I told y'all, we are living in a crazy world, man. And again, how could you imagine going down to spring training and all the players walk out and they literally act like you're not there? Like, don't look at them. If we don't look at them, they might not even notice that we're here. Okay? Don't look at the guys. Did you make eye contact with that kid in the third row? Yeah, I did. Don't look at him. But he just looks so cute. I want to give him an autograph. You can't. And then my favorite part is, I love the way George, like, because it just made me think of Bull Durham. Don't press the flesh, okay? That's dapping, high fives. That's everything. You know what I'm saying? That's everything. Poor Susan Sarandon. She's out there somewhere crying. But now I will also say, as we talk about the craziness of sports, I will tell the difference in my childhood and y'all's and how far this world has come. Did y'all build forts?
No. I definitely didn't build forts. Not in my neighborhood.
Gabe's like, uh-oh.
Oh, heck no. His child. I don't even know if he had a childhood at this point. You build forts when you're a child.
Yes, you had to build forts. But forts, when I was a little kid, were very important. And this is kind of a sad and a very weird situation and a very weird story, but I will explain later, and it will be during this segment. But when I was a little kid, we had a little fort, and that fort was very important for us young boys because we had Ziploc baggie. Like every one of us had figured out a way to yank. Back in the day, like getting a Playboy was gold for a little boy. You know, I mean, it was like we didn't have Twitter or the internet. You know, we aren't like doing stupid stuff like that. They used to get like there was like this stupid magazine. I think it was like the Goldsmiths or Dillard's magazine that would come around and all the like the ladies wear or whatever. What I'm just trying to say is the world was a different place for little boys. And in today's world, like back when I was young, I remember like Kathy Ireland or whoever was on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit. And those Sports Illustrated swimsuits, they made it into like the safety with the Playboys. You know what I'm saying? They were our Ark of the Covenant, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like we protected that stuff like it was the most important thing. We built our own fort. We had everything protected. We had that stuff. Now, this is where I'm going to say that the world has changed completely. And I am very proud of the world in this aspect. But Kathy Jacobs, she is 56 years old. She was just sweeping a bar one day. And she was making minimum wage and was just like literally dry sweeping a bar when they would close up at the end of the night. And she said, "Dadgummit, I'm going to give it one more shot. I'm not going to be alive forever. And dadgummit, women over 50 need to be represented. And not only women over 50, but she said tiny women. Because she says, did you know the average woman is only 5'4" in the United States? The average model is over 6 feet tall, blah, 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 blah. So she's like, I'm going to go out and do it. So this woman is 56 years old. She's a mother. She has a daughter who's going to med school. She ends up, and somehow she now is in the final running. There's 6 people left, and they're deciding, and she's one of the final 6. She's definitely going to be in the magazine, but she might actually grace the cover. She has never been a model. She's never been an actress. She's never done anything before. And then she just decided it, like I said, at 56 years old, hey. And by the way, how do you just say, hey, yo, what's up? Where do you get the number? Hey, I want to put a bikini on. Y'all take pictures of me, and I want to be in Sports Illustrated. Like, how does that even happen? I don't know, dude. I just got to say, for that woman, congratulations. And I also have to say this. Like, she's going to be an inspiration to a lot of people. And as I sit around and say all kinds of, at first I was trying to explain to you my childhood. And when I was a little kid, if you told me there was going to be a 56-year-old woman on the cover of Sports Illustrated, when I was young, I would have said you're crazy because I looked it up. This is kind of sad. Did you know that the person that was on the cover of the SI, they've had a couple, like, 17-year-olds. Did you know that? Mm-hmm.
I did not know that, and that is very disturbing.
Yep. And it was Paulina Paskova, whoever the lady was that married the lead singer of the Cars. She was on the cover of that bad boy when she was 17 years old. There was there's 7 of them that were 17 years old. Anyway, point is, from 17 to 20 to 23 years old, whatever the girls were and whatever they've done, for her to go out there and to have, what I'm saying? Because let's just be real. It takes some big ones to go out there with a bunch of young ladies who are professional models. And for this woman to go out there and say, damn it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to represent. I got to honestly say, I have mad respect for Kathy Jacobs. Like, mad respect. Because that took, that's good. That's just saying, to the rest of the world, I don't give a damn what you think. I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability and see what happens. Let it fall. She's like, if I don't get the cover, I don't get the cover. But she said, one thing is, I can promise you when I'm old and I'm laying there and I'm about to die, I'm not going to have regrets because I didn't go out there and give it my all. And I have to admit, I hit on this story this morning and I had the wrong thought. I was thinking, what the bleep is going on in this world? I also then thought to myself, well, she's going to be like a 56-year-old. Remember Catherine Zeta-Jones or whatever? We have seen some certain older women who have been just, Sofia Vergara? I can't even say it.
Sofia Vergara.
Ooh, whoa, how old is that woman? Because
she's I want to say she's 48, 49.
Yeah, and you could think that woman, I think she married like a 25-year-old dude or something.
No, she married Joe, I don't know how to say his last name, but he was on True Blood.
That was the dude on True Blood.
Yeah.
You watched True Blood?
No, I've seen the show a couple times. I don't watch it. I've seen it.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, but you've seen it. That tripped me out.
But yeah, he's 40. He's in his early 40s. He was the same dude who played Flash Thompson in the first Spider-Man movie. So yeah, she married him. Interesting.
No, but she's beautiful. Again, you said Tyra Banks. She had graced the cover of Sports Illustrated. There are a lot of it. But again, this is a 5'4", 56-year-old woman. Never in her life has been a model. And she walked down the runway. She's now going to 100% be in it. And I just got to say one thing. For Miss Kathy Jacobs, married 24 years. Again, like I said, got a 23-year-old who's going to med school. She's an entrepreneur. She invented cakes and cookie kits for whatever that is, been on the Food Network. But for her to go out there and take, to basically bear it all in front of those young girls, she said, I just want everybody to know that, when you're 50, you got another possibly 40 to 50 years to go. Don't think that your life is over, ladies, and you're still sexy. Go, Kathy Jacobs. She's keeping, by the way, they need to write a song. Kathy Jacobs is keeping sexy alive. She's trying. Yo, just because you're getting old, don't even try it. Just stop. And by the way, you ever seen that Desperate Housewives show?
I have seen it, yeah, John.
Who's the lady that married, Tony Parker?
Eva Longoria.
She's pretty good looking. And
she's gorgeous.
She's a little bit older.
She's gorgeous. Tracy Ellis Ross is gorgeous. Who else? I'm trying to think. Got to go. Oh my gosh, Angela Bassett is beautiful. She's 60. She's top 2 and Sheen number 2, for real.
So, anyway, I just had to come out and say congratulations, and Sports Illustrated has changed a lot. Magazines, they don't even put naked girls in Playboy. Anyway, I'm just trying to say is that fort that I built, I wonder if those magazines are still buried in the ground. You think they are?
They're probably disintegrated, seeing as
I mean, they were Ziploc
you were young
really
in
well.
1950. So
Thanks, buddy. You're so kind. Again, for reminding me. Thank you. But I also got to say, as proud as I was of Kathy Jacobs, I'm also proud of a young man in Joe Burrow. This is a guy who's come out taking a little bit of heat for not having the biggest hands in the world. He's taking heat for being basically maybe a one-year wonder. I compared, I don't know how many quarterbacks, 20 yesterday I pulled out, that had better college careers, basically careers, not 1 year. Joe Burrow had one of the best seasons, if not the best ever. Last year, it was amazing what he did. Go and win the national champion, Heisman, baller shot caller, destroy everybody. Go through Alabama and Clemson, just everybody like they're nothing. But what I'm saying is he did it realistically in 1 year. Passing touchdowns in a season, hit 60. Dude's a baller. But this is where I want to, I bring up. This is where I wanted to say he's got like my Kathy Jacobs, where I found respect. And I heard I think it was Eli or Greg talk about it a little bit earlier, but they were saying, everybody's talking about this guy being the next Tom Brady, and that's because the gurus, the guy who does the little show, and somebody says to Joe Burrow, who's possibly going to go to the Bengals and be the top pick, hey man, we're comparing you to Tom Brady, blah 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 blah. In the interview on the NFL Network, dude comes back out, or at least that's where I saw it was on the NFL Network. I don't know if the person that was talking about it was Josina Anderson. She asked him the question. Does she work for the NFL Network now?
no, she works for ESPN.
She does still work for ESPN?
Yeah.
I don't see her as much on ESPN. But anyway, so I was watching it, and I see him, and all of a sudden, he just basically comes right back and says, please don't compare me to the best player of all time. Just let me do my thing. Don't do that to me, please. And I was like, damn. When do you don't see that very often. You know what I'm saying? Man, you get a compliment like that. You're like, Tom Brady, dang, those are some big shoes, man. I hope I have the career like Tom Brady. Dude was like, nah, just don't do that to me. Let me do my own thing. I like that.
He's smart because he understands that that's a very – I mean, that's beyond lofty of expectations to heap on a rookie who had, one great year. So he's being realistic, and I like that. I like that.
Now, I brought up yesterday with Gabe Kuhn all the bust in the NFL, from Andre Ware to Tim Couch to Rick Meyer to Ryan Leaf to Achilles Smith to Joey Harrington. I can go on and on and on and on. I said yesterday, I don't think that there is anybody realistically from this draft. If Tua didn't get hurt, I think he could have been. I just don't see. I just see more bust is what I'm trying to say than the guys that are going to become that guy that's going to be the stud of your franchise. It's set for after I listen to Joe Burrow, because I've always been worried about him being that 1 year wonder. But after listening to him talk, he is very damn mature. He seems like he went and found the spot for him when he couldn't get it done. And I've always had that problem. He got beat out at Ohio State. Lost to Dwayne Haskins. Would have not taken over for Justin Fields. He's a bad man. But what he went and he found the exact situation right for him, got with the right people, and then went banana sandwiches. And it wasn't just because of the LSU offense and Jefferson and Moss and all these unbelievable weapons. It was because the dude was reading defenses like it was going out of style, and he played against the best of the best in college. I mean, he did play with the best at LSU, but he did play the Bamas, the Clemsons. He played Oklahoma. He played every single important game and came out on top. So I do have to say, out of all of that, I guess I'm kind of leaning that maybe Joe Burrow, even the fact that I feel like going to Cincinnati is a damn nightmare for him, I still think he could have a Carson Palmer-esque career, possibly. But I don't see it being much better than that. I don't see him getting it to – I don't think he's going to ever get Cincinnati a Super Bowl. Do you know what I mean? Heck, Boomer couldn't do it. But he did go against, the 49ers. Joe Montana was a bad man, but who? We'll have to see. But I got a whole lot more to talk about. And then, yes, we'll get into basketball. We got Lee Smith talking Grizzlies. We got to talk about the Tigers. They got a big one tomorrow. Oh, my goodness. And we got some of the funniest stories in sports, period. Always remember MemphisFarmers.com. My very good friend Chad Gatlin. All you have to think is home, auto, life, business, whatever. If you want to save money, all you have to do is go to MemphisFarmers.com, have the power of farmers, and have the friendship from my buddy Chad Gatlin. Promise you, you'll be glad that you did. We'll be right back on Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Want to get your voice heard? Hit us up on the First Bank phone line or First Bank text line.
Restrictions may apply. Plans and costs for coverage may vary. Call Protect My Car for details.
In these hard economic times, you got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses could be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you do own a car, truck, or SUV made from 1999 or higher, you could stop paying for car repairs. That's right. You might not have to pay a penny to have it repaired. Just dial *239 on your mobile phone now to see if you qualify. You must have an automobile made from 1999 or higher, and all repairs for your engine, transmission, and much more can become a thing of the past. Dial *239 on your mobile phone today and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. That's right, total protection for your car and no more repair bills. Just dial *239 on your mobile phone now to see if your car qualifies. That's *239. Never pay for car repairs again. Just dial *239 on your mobile phone now. Dial *239.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. It is that time of year where the weather is unpredictable, and given the recent storms, it's a good time to discuss insurance claims. So here's a few things you should know. Always hire a local contractor, because if you have a problem with your roof down the road, you want to be able to find him. Never allow anyone to pressure you into signing a contingency contract. They're used as sales tools, making you feel committed, and the truth is, those contracts are not worth the paper they're written on. Be careful of door-knocking salesmen. Some are reputable, but many are not. They canvass the neighborhood and tell everyone to file a claim, working their percentages and not caring if you file a claim even when they know the likelihood of it being approved is low. Some will even damage your roof hoping to convince the adjuster it's storm damage. That's fraud, and contractors have gone to jail for that. So do your research and know who you're hiring. Five-Ash Roofing, the official roof of the University of Memphis Athletic Department. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
Hey, sports fans, you already know about the great steaks at the Butcher Shop Steakhouse, a Memphis tradition since 1981. They specialize in hand-cut aged beef right over that hickory charcoal. But did you know the Butcher Shop also has great seafood items, from fresh Atlantic salmon with dill sauce, pan-seared red snapper with sautéed shrimp and Cajun cream sauce, Canadian cold water lobster tails, crab-stuffed shrimp, homemade lump crab cakes, and a whole lot more. Oh, and don't forget the Fresh Burger Fridays for only $8.95. Come in, enjoy a fantastic dinner at the Butcher Shop. If you need a great private party, the Butcher Shop is your place. 6 different private rooms, seating from 12 to 250, all equipped with audio-visual. Rehearsals, business dinners, luncheon, weddings. You call the Butcher Shop at 901-757-4244. Or you can visit the website at butchershop.com. Just drop in, 107 South Germantown Parkway.
Your Memphis Tigers football program completed the greatest season in program history with 12 wins, a conference championship, and a berth in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Season tickets for the 2020 season are on sale now and start at just $100 when you buy 4 in the family fun zone, or $150 for end zone seating. Get your season tickets by May 15th and receive a free gift, concessions deals, exclusive access to regular season and postseason tickets, and more. Get your season tickets today at GoTigersGo.com or call 901-678-2331. Memphis Tigers football.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me.
Welcome back into Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. And I've told y'all a lot today about how the world is changing and the things have gotten weird. And I think I've kind of buttered you up and softened you up to let you understand that, you know what, common sense isn't common. Just because right is right doesn't mean right is right. Seems like, you know, truth is truth, facts are facts, and fiction's fiction, but that doesn't work in the world of sports, and that doesn't seem like to work in the world if you just listen to me for the last basic hour. But to let you know why I kind of warmed you up to this is because the University of Memphis has made it aware, the public, and they have let everybody know that there is an infraction case that has been referred to the Independent Accountability Resolutions Process. The university is committed to compliance with the NCAA regulations and will continue to fully cooperate within the process, which includes withholding any further comment until the process is complete. Now, I wanted to remind people what the IARP was, and why it was set up. So in 2018, if you don't remember, the Southern District of New York, the FBI, Miller, Persons, all the stuff that went out with that. Well, with all the stuff that went on with that, they came out with this. With all the money they spent and all the investigations and even sending a man to jail, they created this new process that is supposed to deal with some of the largest and most severe infraction cases in the NCAA, or that could be committed in college basketball. This, again, was created in response and with the help of the FBI, which is also something that's hilarious to me. This is the NCAA, again, an arm where you don't pay you don't pay your employees, you don't pay the product. Anyway, don't even get me started. So they use this, and they say that they're going to do this, and they're going to use this for the most complex cases that they have had. Do you know how many cases the IARP has done since it's been basically has come to fruition and been part of the NCAA? This is the first time. That's right. The University of Memphis is the very first time. The NCAA announced Wednesday, the school that is today, that the infraction case resolved through the Independent Accountability Resolution Process has been granted to the university, and it will be the first known case held by the IARP. And guess what? I'd like to remind you what this is about. This is about a guy who did not play this season. This is about Mr. James Wiseman. The NCAA suspended Wiseman 12 games earlier this season. I would like to remind y'all that he did not come back to play after that suspension. He was a former 5-star recruit. His family received $1,500 from former Memphis player, and now he's the current Tigers coach, Mr. Penny Hardaway. And this was an assist to move them from Nashville to Memphis, where the player was unequivocally unaware, and Penny was, again, just doing something nice. So it's okay for somebody to go out there and drop $1,200 in the shake joint, but God forbid you help a young person, because that would just be a horrible thing to do. And again, they're all saying that it's not because he became the coach of the university. It's not because they foresaw the future. It's because, if you remember, in 2008, he gave $1 million to the university, and that makes him a booster in perpetuity. Well, hold on. If that makes him a booster in perpetuity for the rest of his life, well, then how the hell can he be a head coach? Because how can a booster, because the whole thing is they're investigating, a booster's not allowed to have contact with a player. Well, how is it like him? And heck, think about Georgetown Hoyas coach, Patrick Ewing. How's he supposed to coach? I mean, he's a booster. He's coaching. Why are they doing this to Memphis? Because they can. They ain't coming at the big boys with the big bank rolls and the big bank account, the big bad boy lawyers. But I'm telling you one thing, they're coming to messing, I think, with the wrong city. And again, for all the people out there who I have seen say some stupid things like, see, look what this kid has done. He quit the team, and now he's going to get the team in trouble. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, y'all have to realize, again, the reality of the situation here. The NCAA said that Wiseman was cleared not once but twice. Then they inform him, by the way, and I want to make this very perfectly clear for all of y'all. NCAA informed the university that he was possibly ineligible, and they suggested that they sit him while there's further investigation. Wiseman goes and sues not only the NCAA, but the University of Memphis. There was a judge who made an order. It happened an hour before tip-off. What is Memphis not gonna, oh, judge, sorry, we don't listen to your order. We don't have to listen to you, judge. NCAA, you might act like that, or you might blame Memphis for that. But the kid, where you can blame Memphis and say that you took the kid to come sue you and the NCAA. Well, yeah, because this is lunacy that you say twice that the kid can play. Then when you see him play, you're like, nah, we changed our mind. And then you want him to pay back money. Again, this is all back from 2008, and we're still dealing with this in 2020. Do you know that this was 12 years ago that he gave $1 million? And now it's coming back to bite our butt, and the FBI is supposedly going to be, some wonderful, I don't even get into it. NCAA, a bunch of idiots, and I just cannot believe that this IARP, which was created to handle the most severe cases, its first damn case is going to be Memphis, Penny, and Wiseman. I told you there's going to be a 50-year-old woman, 56-year-old woman, at least in Sports Illustrated. Jeff Sessions is in a runoff with Tommy Tuberville. Coronavirus has nobody pressing flesh down in Jupiter, Florida. Sounds like a boring spring break. But, man, it ain't going to be boring on the other side because we talking Grizzlies with Lee Smith on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Restrictions may apply. Plans and costs for coverage may vary. Call Protect My Car for details.
In these hard economic times, you got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses could be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you do own a car, truck, or SUV made from 1999 or higher, you could stop paying for car repairs. That's right. You might not have to pay a penny to have it repaired. Just dial *239 on your mobile phone now to see if you qualify. You must have an automobile made from 1999 or higher, and all repairs for your engine, transmission, and much more can become a thing of the past. Dial *239 on your mobile phone today and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. That's right, total protection for your car and no more repair bills. Just dial *239 on your mobile phone now to see if your car qualifies. That's *239. Never pay for car repairs again. Just dial *239 on your mobile phone now. Dial *239.
Stop waiting and start off-road living in a Can-Am today. The Spring Fever event is now on at Olive Branch Motorsports. Take on every task, trail, and terrain in a Can-Am off-road vehicle that will easily handle anything that comes your way. And for a limited time, get up to $2,500 off on select 2019 models, making it easier than ever to go out and play. Visit Olive Branch Motorsports now at 5656 Goodman Road or online at obmotorcycleatv.com.
Is imitation the sincerest form of flattery? Not when it comes to your car audio. Stereo One is the leader in car audio, remote start, security, and more for the past 30 years. Stereo One is proud to announce the grand opening of their new location, 1983 Covington Pike, across from the Honda dealership. To celebrate their new location, Stereo One has marked down their entire inventory. Remote start systems at $129 with free installation. Subwoofer base packages start at just $199. Window tint starting at $129. The entire inventory of radios and touchscreens with features like Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, and backup cameras are marked to go. Check out Stereo One before you buy online. Their knowledge, friendly sales staff, and pro installation team will take care of you. Visit the Stereo One new location today, 1983 Covington Pike, across from Honda, or visit their mega store at Mendenhall and Winchester. Make sure you go to the originators and not the imitators. Stereo One is still the one for your auto accessories.
We are Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1, and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. On AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home.
Check it out right here. Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
a man that eats meat so rare, he only eats unicorns. Johnny Harden.
Light me up! Welcome into Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. It's your buddy Johnny Radio. We got Gabe Kuhn in the hizzy. You know, if you go to @G_Kuhn71, you can get the show as we tweet this bad boy out. It's on Sports 56 Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, 2 FM channels, 96.1 and 87.7 FM. And don't forget the original AM 560, baby. And now, I got to say, as we are everywhere and all over the place, there's another person that's everywhere and all over the place, and that's my friend Lee Smith over at the Tri-State Defender. Now, he does a little bit of this, he does a little bit of that, and a whole lot of Grizzlies. And we're going to talk a lot of Grizzlies today because, well, I'm really good. Last time they played, they looked really good. I had them, told y'all to take them. That was a smart bet. I am going to tell you right now, though, this one does have me a little bit concerned. For some reason, the Nets are a weird team. I'm just wondering. And the fact that the Nets are also, I mean, it's on the road. I know KD's not there. I don't like Kyrie. Out of all the games, I'm just wondering, is it my hate of Kyrie and my fear of losing to somebody like Kyrie that is keeping me away? Or are the Grizzlies going to go out there and get them one? Lee Smith, how is life treating you?
Oh, man, life is good, man. How's it going, John Radio?
Man, I'm doing really good. I'm glad to be talking to you. I know one thing. I know you're glad to be covering the Grizzlies. It's funny how we talked about the different beats not too long ago. And my man TD, he's busy as heck today with what's going on with the NCAA and that new arm they got. And they're coming down, it looks like, on the Memphis Tigers. But the other basketball team in the city, the Memphis Grizzlies, they're only one game, under 500. They're playing the Brooklyn Nets, who are 6 games under 500. The Brooklyn Nets are a 1.5-point favorite. The Grizzlies are on the road. This is like, I love Ja. This is where I love this team. This is where I would think to myself, man, they're going to get this bad boy taken care of. But why do I feel so hesitant? Is it just because, the fear of losing, the fear of making a pick for the Grizzlies against the Brooklyn Nets and then losing, for some reason scares the bejeebies out of me?
No, I think what you're experiencing is the fear of that ridiculous phrase, teams you're supposed to beat.
Mm-hmm. Yup. They go out there and beat the Lakers. And then you couldn't beat the Kings. I still don't understand. You lose to the Kings on Friday and you beat the Lakers on Saturday. I'm like, and the Kings were coming off the back-to-back. I literally, if you would have told me that was going to happen, I would have told you that you had the coronavirus or were sick, or maybe you were in Colorado smoking some crazy weed or something. I don't know. But I would have thought you were crazy. I would have been like, somebody get over there. Lee Smith is losing it. But that's exactly what I'm talking about, Lee.
Yeah, and not just that. They beat the Lakers. They took control of the game in the second quarter, and they rode it all the way through. They beat the Lakers soundly. By double digits, without Jaren Jackson, without Brandon Clark. And so, again, that's why they play the games, and that's why you're kind of jittery about this, because on paper it looks like, the Nets are both in the Eastern Conference, and they're without, and they're 6 games under 500. The Grizzlies are in the Western Conference playoff picture. The Grizzlies are supposed to beat them. Well,
and their best 2 players are out of the game. And let's be real, Kevin Durant, I know, is out for the season, but he's their best player. The second, what they call as the second banana, is Kyrie Irving. Sadly, though, I almost feel like this Brooklyn Nets team is not much better or not much worse with or without Kyrie right now. I think when KD and Kyrie play together, it will be different. But right now, you know what I mean? Like, it would almost kind of be embarrassing.
Well, I think, one of the things that we've seen, and it was encouraging, first of all, in the Lakers win, which one more thing to check off of that list. So you do it in a game where we weren't sure that LeBron was going to play,
and he did.
Because they've been trying to measure that a bit. So not only did LeBron play, LeBron had a solid LeBron night. It wasn't an outstanding one, but they broke a 5-game losing streak with a win over the Western Conference leaders. So. And the way they did it was they kind of got back to the things that had made them successful during that run several weeks ago, flying up and down the court, making sure they have the spacing and the pace that they want. Because these Grizzlies are kind of like those Suns and, the Golden State Warriors teams, in that the faster the game is, the more it plays to our advantage. So, it should be fun to watch. Ja has a way of rising to the occasion, both in terms of what the team needs from him to get a win, which we've been seeing with more of his 3-point shooting. But he also likes to show off on big stages, and Barclays is a pretty big stage there in Brooklyn. So
that's a good point. You know what? That's a great point. I didn't think about that. That stage, he might want to go out there and have one of his Ja performances. But I have to ask you, because everybody knows about Ja. People talked about Brandon Clark not being in the ball game. People talk about all of this. But I want to remind people how big the Lakers actually are. Their point guard, realistically, is basically LeBron James. Their center is JaVale McGee. They got Anthony Davis basically playing the power forward 4 spot. I mean, this is a
and Dwight Howard coming off the bench.
And Dwight Howard coming off the bench. And like I said, this is a big dead gum team, and that was what kind of scared me. But dude, tell me that Valanciunas was not a baller. He had 19 boards, 22 points, went out and went just completely crazy against those Lakers. That was his game of the year, I thought.
And you could say that Jonas has had a couple of those games.
He has,
say that.
But against those types of players, like, I didn't know if he could do it against that just that type of athlete in Anthony Davis, that type of defensive player who's only thinking about stopping you in JaVale McGee, or when you get a switch on a LeBron James. Do you know what I'm saying? I just did not know that Valanciunas and Ja Morant and Dylan Brooks and they just went out there and had they were crazy. Like, they were absolutely nuts. That was one of the most impressive games from basically those three men of the season. Again, tonight on the road, at the way they handled the Hawks the other night, man, they've held two opponents in a row to 88 points. What is up with Taylor Jenkins and his defense?
He's got them playing it again and again, and I think again they realized that among the successful stretch run that they had earlier this season, a big part of that was playing that harassing, chase you down, fast kind of frenetic defense that creates the deflections, that creates the fast breaks, that gets you up and down the court. And so again, it looks like they've dialed back into that, and to be able to do it again, like you said, against on one hand, the Lakers, who went down and did us a favor and beat New Orleans on the next night. But, to be able to kind of practice that again against the Hawks, who were just, looked completely outmatched, and they were, it helps build confidence, and it helps the team, especially with the newest additions to the team, guys like Gorgui Dieng and even John Conchar. John Conchar got a block on LeBron James, man.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that one.
Can we say that one again?
Yes, we can.
John Conchar blocked LeBron.
Do you think that
James
he's going to – I bet you $1 million that picture is going to end up be blown up and framed in his house. I bet you money. I know I would.
No matter what else happens with that dude's career, he will always have that on me, right? I'm never going to be in a position to say I blocked LeBron James while he was going up for a dunk.
Yeah, so, that is so true. But this that is hilarious, by the way, when you mentioned that, and I'm laughing, and it is true. Like they beat the Lakers. They destroyed the Hawks. Their defense was amazing. And then tonight, I look at this and I feel like, bro, you stop Spencer Dinwiddie. Who else is the scorer for Brooklyn tonight? That's when I'm like I almost feel like this is a Grizzlies under game, like a mug. Like, how in the heck is Brooklyn supposed to score tonight? I have no idea.
It'll be interesting to see how that goes down. And, the other thing that we're starting to see, I think, with these Grizzlies, and it showed, with, Gorgui having the big night he had the other night, what was that, like 17 points to lead the Grizz?
Mm-hmm.
But, what has propelled the Grizzlies is not only the stellar play of, of course, young stars like Ja and Jaren, but the fact that when they go to the bench, not only is there, next to no drop-off, oftentimes there's, an acceleration. The bench comes in and, at least maintains the pace and style of play, if not, accelerates it and helps change, the momentum of the game. And that's not something a lot of teams, can say. The really, really good NBA teams, the ones that tend to go deep in the playoffs, have benches like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that the Grizzlies are, threats to win the Western Conference, but the reason why I come back to the bench is because, again, remember, we've got new players in the mix now. You've got Anthony Tolliver in the mix now. So with injuries to guys like Jaren and Brandon and, other guys sitting out, these minutes for these guys to kind of get acclimated, understand how to play with each other is critical time. And when you can do that and get the win against the Lakers and, have a blowout, like a record road win against the Hawks, it just kind of helps feed that confidence. Because sometimes when a new guy comes to a team, they're trying to figure out where they fit in, and you don't have the on-court success to confirm, like, okay, yeah, this is how we're doing this. Okay, and you want to be able to do that. So again, hopefully when they get to Barclays tonight, they'll be able to continue to ride this momentum and get a win that on paper they're supposed to get.
Well, my man CJ's good buddy, Mr. LeVert, dropped 51. They went overtime against Boston, went banana sandwiches. And again, LeVert, yes, out of Michigan, 36 minutes, 51 points. I don't know how. He was out of control. Dinwiddie only had 14. He's one of the guys that I feel like you really have to pay attention. And I just look at this team. Yeah, they got a lot of long, like 6'7", 6'6" shooting guards. If you notice when they're playing well, that's how, like right now with Kyrie and KD out, that seems like what they're doing is they're kind of playing kind of like a small ball Houston, but their guys aren't necessarily as small because they still have their center out there, but they'll put, LeVert and Dinwiddie and, golly, what is that dude? It's like, I don't even know how to say Timothy's last name. It's like got the hyphen in it. He's 6'7", 210-pound guard. Young guy. He's been balling lately, getting a lot of minutes off the bench. And that's what I'm kind of wondering. Do you see that they go out there with maybe a heavy 3-guard set with, 6'6", 6'6", 6'7"?
That's a good question. And to be honest with you, I've been so absorbed kind of watching, the Grizzlies that I haven't
paid attention to the Nets. Yeah.
Yeah, especially to Brooklyn. To me, almost. I know this is going to sound horrible, but I still think New Jersey a little bit. No disrespect.
No. I'm just gotten used to saying Brooklyn because, man, I said New Jersey so much it wasn't even funny. I remember people wanting to kill me.
But in that there would be. Well, Dillon is kind of big too. Got to remember that.
Yeah, he's got a big body, but the thing that I guess what scares me is like Dinwiddie is the smallest guard that could be out there, and he's 6'5" tonight. You know what I mean by that? Like when you got a big old center, when you got Allen out there from Texas, a 6'11", 250 pound full grown man with some dope hair. When you got basically. Again, a bunch of guys who can handle the ball, shoot threes. That is the one thing that does kind of scare me a little bit about this Grizzlies team and about this matchup. And I think that that's one of the things that I fear. It's not just like on paper, it should be like it's the Nets. They're in the East. We should win them. They just beat the Lakers. They went and destroyed the Hawks. But again, it almost, when in the NBA, it is so much about matchups. Like so much, and again, the reason I brought up earlier how big the Lakers are and how well they played, Valanciunas was awesome. I'm wondering, is him and Ja going to have to do a little pick and roll and be awesome tonight? And are they going to have to play a little bit bigger lineup?
Well, I think what when you talk about matchups now, one category that we have to look at is I think the boards. Rebounding is going to be the thing because the Grizzlies, when they're rolling. And they weren't rolling for that 5-game stretch, but when they're rolling and Dillon has gradually been working himself back, they can shoot and score with anybody. That's, the modus operandi now is the Grizzlies, run up the clock, run up the score and play, at least solid defense, often very, very good defense, but just, good enough defense to not have you score the 120 points that you need to win the game. And so part of that means there are a lot of possessions, a lot of shots going up. And so I think it's going to be critical for, guys like Jonas, Gorgie, really some of the guards, too, to be able to crash the glass. I'm not familiar with Brooklyn's rebounding rate, but, if you're looking for, something on the line, to kind of tell you,
well, DeAndre Jordan and Allen, those guys will grab some dead gum boards, but Valanciunas this week, especially Saturday against the Lakers, showed me he ain't afraid to go in there and bang, and he went and grabbed board after board after board after board.
Right, and DeAndre Jordan is a rebounding machine too. But I watch that guy. He's not going to want to bang with Jonas.
No, I think you're right.
If you remember DeAndre when he was with the Clippers,
he just wanted to catch alley-oops, yo.
Yeah, he didn't really want to bang with Mark, not on the block. And, and even competing for rebounds. And Jonas is kind of that, bully, move you out the way with his elbows, kind of guy too. And so, that's part of the fun of watching Jonas play is that's, he kind of plays that style, kind of reminiscent of, grit and grind, but, again, they're seeing it, version Grizz Next Gen now. So, but I think, the battle of the boards is going to be what we want to watch for tonight. I think whoever wins that battle, assuming that, neither team, gets ridiculously hot, like shoot something ridiculous like, 55%. But, you know, if the Grizzlies play the kind of defense that we expect they will, there'll be a lot of rebounds, probably some long ones. That's why I think the guard play is going to be important. But there'll also be some at the rim for guys like Jonas and Gorgie and, you know, the other bigs to be able to pick off.
I will say one thing, man. I am glad, but I'm also fearful because it was weird. I was so stoked that, you know, the Kings were coming off a back-to-back. I'm like, yeah, the Grizzlies are going to wear them out. And then you had an overtime game with the Nets against, you know, they were at Jason Tatum. They didn't have Jason Tatum, so that wasn't a full-strength Celtics team, but they went into overtime. They fought their tail off. They got the 129-120 win, so they're going to have a little bit of mo, but I wonder how much it took out their legs, and I'm just wondering how much they have. They're back at their house tonight. They were on the road in Boston, not a far plane ride, especially for these guys. The Grizzlies, though, they played on the second in Atlanta. It's their second game on the road. And, man, it would be nice to get 3 wins in a row because they got 2. Are they going to get it? I want your prediction.
I do think the Grizzlies go into Barclays tonight and pull out the win. Probably, I'm not going to pick a spread, but I will say I think it'll probably be within the 8 to 14 point range will be the margin of victory.
And now I have to ask you one question that will make you kind of laugh. Now, you know my friend Bill, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Any house, any area, as is. He'll buy that bad boy, guaranteed to close in 5 days. Bing, bang, boom. You're going to love it. Now, since Dang has come over, and he's leading some scores in certain games, and he's doing his thing, I'm just curious. Is there anybody on this Grizzlies team that you actually feel doesn't fit JT's system, does not belong, is bad for the locker room, or is this right now a very well-oiled machine, a team that likes each other, that has a great locker room chemistry, and enjoys playing with each other?
Yeah, I think, you know, one of the things that has helped the whole unit gel together quickly is, you know, the chemistry and the climate that, you know, Taylor Jenkins has created, you know, among his players. Yeah, they do have fun together. They are all kind of young.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, let's be real. You know, Ja right now would be in his sophomore year. Jaren would be in his junior year of college. I think Brandon, even though out of the 3 of those, he's the oldest.
Heck, Justice Winslow, when he ends up playing, he's only 23 years old, and he's like the vet, it feels like. Well, other than Giannis, but you know what I mean.
Right, you know, and so many of these guys, like the core of it are, you know, that's why when you look at them, and it kind of has the feel of a college team because a lot of these guys are, you know, would otherwise be in their collegiate careers. And that whole sense of, you know, kind of bonding together is I think, very strong. So in terms of players that, you know, don't fit, you know, Marko Guduric hasn't quite materialized as what we may have hoped he would be at the beginning of the season, the sharpshooter that we thought he would be. But he, you know, and he only gets spot minutes every now and every here and there.
So you ain't selling the house to nobody at I Buy Houses, huh? You like this team?
I like the team pretty good, man. Yeah.
Man, you're not even selling the coach out. You like Taylor Jenkins, too. I thought, in all honesty, I was wondering how this was going to work. Such a young team, such a young coach, and I am, in all honesty, I guess, like I said, there's nobody, especially the people that are playing the Grizzlies, that could have expected this. Now, as Zion continues to do what he's doing, is he chipping away at the Rookie of the Year award? And I know that my man Ja Morant doesn't care about it, but I'm going to tell you who does care about it, Memphis fans. Memphians who do always constantly feel that they're being, you know what, on with this NCAA investigation, with this new arm that the IA, what is it, RP, you know, like the investigation. Like, so Memphians kind of have that little chip. So I'm just wondering, what do you think?
Well, relative to Zion sneaking up on Ja, I don't think.
You don't think he's going to steal it?
For that to happen, for there really to be a case for that, the Pelicans would have to make the playoffs.
Playoffs.
And in order for that to happen,
They'd have to pass the Grizzlies. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're going to have to beat the Grizzlies head-to-head, I think, at this point, at least, because we got them, at least one more game.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh,
maybe,
my goodness. I think we got them. I can pull it up right now. Pull up the
Grizzlies. It might be 2 more games, right?
Man, I'm going to check while you talk, but I just was wondering because the one thing I'm sitting here trying to think is as much as Ja has done everything, and we do see all the highlights, and we know Ja, and we know how much we love Ja, and everybody said it was Ja's, since Zion has come into the league and played against LeBron James and beaten Carmelo Anthony or tied Carmelo Anthony's, scoring streak. It's been Zion. Like, you have not seen anything other than Zion magic. I mean, today, when I wake up, right when I was walking out of the house, and I think I took a picture of it because I was like, what the bleep? Like, what did he do? Like, they were talking about a disappointing night, I think, because he only had like 24 or something. I don't even remember. But it was just like I'm saying, it's like no matter what this young man does, they are going to talk about him. And it's just pretty crazy. And they do have New Orleans back-to-back March 21st. In New Orleans, and then they play them again, and it ain't back-to-back, but they play them in Memphis on the 24th. So there's a little bit of time in there, but they play New Orleans 2 games in a row. Talk about 2 big ones, March 21st, March 24th. Those things are going to be huge.
Those are gonna feel like playoff games there, man. And so that's what I'm saying. So, and trust me, the hype is going to be built around that. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the powers that be in terms of, league programming on TV kind of rearranged to make sure that those games are spotlighted because, or at least one of those games is spotlighted because, you do have the top 2 contenders for Rookie of the Year with a playoff race, spot on the line. And the intensity is going to be incredible. But the question, I think, ultimately will hinge of, who is named the Rookie of the Year will hinge on whichever team is the one that makes the playoffs. And right now the Grizzlies are there. They've got at least a 3-4 game lead. That, the Grizzlies are going to come to play those nights against New Orleans. And, we may come out of that weekend with a very clear picture of who the rookie is. I have no reason to doubt that John Morant is going to be ready to elevate his game, with all that's on stake, when those 2 games come up. So it's going to be a hell of a ride.
It's going to be a hell of a ride. Grizzlies right now in the 8th spot. By the way, everybody, they have the Kings behind them. They have 3 games on the Kings. They have 3.5 games on the Trailblazers, 3.5 on the San Antonio Spurs, and they are a 4-game lead over the New Orleans Pelicans, and they play them twice here at the end of March. That's going to be very fascinating. It's going to be big. And I think those games, especially the fact that they are late in March, they could do a lot going towards the Rookie of the Year. The fact that they're going to be heads up, head-to-head. If Zion, in New Orleans beat him twice and drops 40 and grabs 20-something boards, yeah, I could see them starting to lean his way. But, Ja goes out there and drops 30 points on and gets 10 dimes and does some of his magic. I feel like it goes right to Ja.
Exactly, and that's what in the public perception. The marketer in me is already kind of thinking this way. But the public perception of who should be Rookie of the Year is going to come out of those 2 games.
Probably.
Because there's going to be head-to-head. It's going to be, all right, so this guy says he's the rookie. This other guy is supposed to be the Rookie of the Year. They're playing head-to-head. Who has the better game, and whose team gets to win. And I think, again, like you said, Zion's had some monster games, but, number 12, headband 12 can show off too.
Man, that is true. That is true.
And again, don't sleep, man. New Orleans was good without Zion. So the fact that they seem to be getting better, obviously that he's fitting in and that, they are elevating to a new level is pretty interesting. At this point, like I said, you just want everybody to stay healthy because you want to see, both of these teams. I want to see both of these teams at full strength or as close to full strength as possible when they tip off.
I am so with
hopefully Jaren and Brandon being black.
That will be so nice. We want to see everybody get back, but I do got to say this is a Brooklyn team with no Kyrie, no KD, and the Grizzlies on the road at 6:30. Lee, take care of yourself. I appreciate you, and everybody follow Twitter at TSD Memphis. That's the Tri-State Defender. Online, it's just at TSDMemphis.com. Lee joins us every single Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Hey, be good out there, Lee, and enjoy the game, brother.
You too, man. Take care.
That's my friend Lee from the Tri-State Defender. You know we'll be back in 2 shakes with my favorite segment of the day. It's called Hardwood because it does feel so good on Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hertz. Weekdays from 7 to 10. Only on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
Hey, sports fans, you already know about the great steaks at the Butcher Shop Steakhouse, a Memphis tradition since 1981. They specialize in hand-cut aged beef right over that hickory charcoal. But did you know the Butcher Shop also has great seafood items, from fresh Atlantic salmon with dill sauce, pan-seared red snapper with sautéed shrimp and Cajun cream sauce, Canadian cold water lobster tails, crab stuffed shrimp, homemade lump crab cakes, and a whole lot more. Oh, and don't forget the Fresh Burger Fridays for only $8.95. Come in, enjoy a fantastic dinner at the Butcher Shop. If you need a great private party, the Butcher Shop is your place. 6 different private rooms, seating from 12 to 250, all equipped with audio-visual. Rehearsals, business dinners, lunch, and weddings. You call the Butcher Shop at 901-757-4244. Or you can visit the website at butchershop.com. Just drop in, 107 South Germantown Parkway.
Frontier Western Store is proud to announce their T-shirt sale is back. All regularly priced novelty T-shirts are buy one, get a second half price. Tons of new prints by Simply Southern, Girly Girl, and Puppy Love, as well as men's tees by Live Oak and Haybo are included. Frontier's women's boutique is loaded with new styles and colors and current trends of tops, tunics, and dresses. And most are just $14.99, available small to 3X. While you're there, be sure to check out Frontier's world-famous boot showroom. Shop thousands of boots year-round that are in stock, ready to try on and take home. Shop at a local store with excellent service. With their extensive selection of dress and work boots, you are certain to find your next favorite pair. Frontier receives new styles and restocks daily from all the largest boot makers: Dan Post, Durango, Rocky, Ariat, and more. Available in men's, women's, or children's. Outfit the entire family. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Yo, welcome back into Little Sports 56 Radio with your good friend on Sports 56 Happy Hour, Johnny Radio. Y'all know Gabe Kuhn. Y'all know my man, RJ the Renegade. Randall Sharp's in the house. And everybody, make sure you follow at G_Kuhn71. He tweets that bad boy out quick, just like my man Zach Boyd gets out Sports Time. And Gabe gets out Middays. Drew Barrett takes care of Wolo and Stats. Make sure you follow those producers, because they're going to get you those... in case you're not around the radio, they're going to get you all that information you need ASAP. Speaking of information that you need, I talked to y'all earlier about how crazy the world was. One of the main reasons I wanted to get into that was I was leading into basically what is going on with the University of Memphis. I do have to say right now, with this arm coming down on the University of Memphis, it is complete BS. The Wiseman situation, the fact that it's the first time that they're getting involved. Of course, I mean, just of course this would happen to the University of Memphis. The guy hasn't played all season, but yes, they're still going to be plagued by it. And again, Penny Hardaway, does the right thing but is being punished. He gave $1 million to his alma mater instead of just going out there handing singles to strippers all night and drinking in the like down in Tampa. Used to be Platinum back in the day, by the way. That place was going. People just don't understand. You were never here, were you, Gabe? And you were too young, weren't you, Randall?
I'm 25. I probably was too young.
Yeah, you were too young. Nothing on this earth. It was the greatest. I've been all over the world. I've been to a strip club on different countries. Platinum was the real deal, Holyfield.
Hold up. I don't mean to cut you off. Have you ever been to KOD in Atlanta?
Oh, yes. Sure have. Actually, that's a very good job. And also the Candy Club down in New Orleans. Man, we need to stop tossing. I'm going to start telling people about Costa Rica. Never mind. Okay. Anyway, I brought all this stuff because the world is changing. You got a 50-year-old woman who's going to be on the SI. You got Jeff Sessions is having a runoff with Tommy Tuberville. The world is crazy. And I even told you if you go down to Jupiter, Florida, you can't even touch a Yankee right now. And if you're a woman that's going down there, don't think you're going to be Susan Sarandon because there is no pressing the flesh, according to Mr. Hal Steinbrenner. Seriously, no pressing of the flesh with any fans, period. Now, does that include the wives and stuff? Are they allowed to travel down there? I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's not a fan, but you are a fan of your husband. But anyway, the coronavirus is getting serious. And then all of a sudden, people are texting me, Harden, you're overreacting. Shut up. I did tell all of y'all how you can make hand sanitizer with vodka. But I also want to tell y'all won't even believe this. Did y'all hear what happened in Italy? According as of right now, no joke, Italy, this is from their, what do y'all call him? Is he a prime minister or is he a president? What is the head of the dude in Italy? He's the prime minister. Prime minister of Italy has announced that for 1 month as of now, there will be no sporting events. No soccer, no sporting events. All of their major events are closed. Their celebration, which they had this football celebration that usually says they have over about 15,000 people show up. Now that there's 3,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 or AKA the cerveza virus, Italy has basically said, nobody's coming in or out. They're quarantining everybody, and they are not leaving, and they're not letting anybody come in to play any top-flight football. So Series A, all the series, no football. And then guess what else? They are closing right as of school so far. They're closing school till March 8th, which is not very long. But they're talking about how long they're going to have to extend it. But right now in Italy, they're closing schools, no sporting events, and basically like a party that you would have, like a festival, like think of Fat Tuesday or something. Like you go down to Mardi Gras, you head on down to New Orleans to party. Well, if you're in Italy, I don't know where you're at partying in Italy because I've never been to Italy. But if you're in Italy partying, you ain't partying. In fact, the pictures I'm looking at right now, it makes it look like a ghost town. And how scary is that? Like there's supposed to be a game going on right now, and it is basically empty. I mean, the streets of Italy are usually just so full, so this stuff is crazy. But now I got to get to this stuff that's fun, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun talking about some funny stuff. The coronavirus is changing everything, but we'll see if it's going to end up actually affecting like baseball and basketball. Like right now, basketball, everybody's traveling around doing their thing. Like so far over here, we're cool. Do you think that if there was a basketball team in Washington, like would they let them go play there? Portland's not far.
They probably would.
You think?
It's too much money.
Too much money? Yeah. Probably.
And it's like the season is going on right now. It's like baseball hasn't really started up yet, like officially. It's just spring training, but yeah, like we are knee deep into the NBA season right now.
Speaking of being knee deep, we're about to do my favorite segment of the day, but you always have to remember, it's easy to make your wife happy. Don't make her touch chicken. It's gross. Buy meat by the bulk and buy the best, and that's at Central Barbecue. Go to eatcbq.com. You're going to get the best barbecue in the entire world. You're also, when you go down there, you can get barbecue nachos. You can drink on their beer. You can have it catered. You can even close a deal, because if you got a guy that you're trying to work a deal out and he lives somewhere across the good old US of A, hey, I think you can ship it everywhere except for Washington right now. Just kind of want to stay away from the COVID-19 thing, so let's not ship it there. Maybe New York, Florida, I still think's okay. But Central Barbecue, it literally is simply the best. 4 locations downtown, the original in Central, Summer, and the new one on Poplar. Eat CBQ, eat it, you'll love it. I dig it. Trust me, it's awesome. It gives you Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Mr. RJ the Renegade, I want to hear... I could start off with my man Muhammad Wilkerson getting arrested for DWI and drugs, but that just seems very normal. I really want to hear what you got.
So, what is the most crazy weapon you've ever used against somebody during a fight? If you've ever used a weapon, that is.
As a weapon? A weapon? I just used my fist so far.
Okay.
I've been stabbed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Still got a nice scar from dude sticking that thing through my leg. But
okay. So, this guy in Florida, he used cow manure as a weapon.
Hold on. Cow manure can be weaponized?
Apparently so. So, it says things got messy. That's hilarious.
That is a good way.
Things got messy at a Pasco County dairy last week. Florida laborer Jose Francisco Ramirez Callejas was arrested last Wednesday afternoon after getting into a fight with another person at Spado's Palm River Dairy in Crystal Springs. According to the police report from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, 2 men were fighting at the establishment when, and I quote, the defendant willfully and intentionally threw cow manure into a bucket and dumped it over the victim's head.
That feels like there's a lot of questions here.
Yeah, a lot of questions.
One, she must they must live on some ranch. Where do you just get a bucket of manure? That's first of all. I'm wondering. Did she order it?
Well, Jose, I'm assuming is a guy, and they were working apparently.
Oh, they were working. So maybe they were working at some place with a bunch of horses.
Yeah, it was a dairy farm, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, it's that cows. So. I know what happens. Dude, you got your wrists are a little bit sore. You're tired of doing all this. You can't punch somebody. You've been milking cows all day. Imagine, dude, there's a couple girls that used to work at Platinum to tell you that would wear you out. Now, this is very serious. As they're doing all that, and then all of a sudden a horse goes by, takes a big old, you put it in a bucket because this guy says something smart, and you dump it on his head. That is assault and battery. That is assault and battery. Don't you think?
Yeah, so anyway.
You can't dump a bucket of poo on somebody these days.
Okay, so Callejas, who's 47, he was arrested on a battery charge, and he was later released on a $2,000 bond. It also says that the men's relationship is unclear.
All right, can I ask you something? When you walk into jail, because I'm just curious. It's so you go up into jail, yo, what you in here for?
I would never know. I've never been to jail.
We're just role playing. So what you in here for, man? Oh man, assault and battery, yo. What'd you do, man? I grabbed that horse poo and I just dumped it on his head, man. Does that give you a lot of street cred? You think?
No.
I think that would get yo, you dumped some horse manure on that man's head. Yeah, man.
No,
dude, that's giving me some street cred.
That wouldn't give you any street cred at all. Just letting you know. Nah, that's not. You will get no points for that.
Please tell me, he brought it up. I watched it yesterday. Did you see Snack Lee get his shot off? Because
yes, it was so epic.
Yesterday Gabe brought it up. I didn't see it until after the show. I got to say thank you, Mr. Kuhn, because Snack Lee is now my favorite player, in basketball. And I'm curious, can this guy, parlay this into a NBA manager? Can he, dude, Snack Lee needs to be playing.
Snacks Lee
needs to be, he needs to be on an NBA bench somewhere.
Yo, for real, dude got a shout out from KD.
Dude, he did get a shout out from KD.
He got a shout out from KD.
And Bleacher Report, Kevin Durant.
Yes, Sports Center. He was everywhere.
He was on Sports Center. He's on right now CBS or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, CBS. No, but there's all kinds of things, and I'm just found. But the last thing I'm going to say, Please tell me you saw Kemba drill the fan in the stands with that horrible pass, and the beer went everywhere. So again, all those people who want to sit front row, imagine the Memphis Tigers, how many turnovers they have had this season. That might be a little dangerous this year, sitting front row with the Tigers playing. Man, but did you see that ball hit that dude and the beer just literally go everywhere?
I did not know.
Oh, man, they had, stopped the game, sweep. I mean, it was a full beer. So my question is, do you think they just replaced it? Or did he have to go back and pay? Because I looked it up. I'm like, man, how much do you think a beer cost at a, Boston Celtics game? Do you know? Do you want to know, or are you scared to know?
I'm gonna guess and say $25.
Dude, you're so close. $22.
Okay.
$22. So, did that $22 beer get replaced, or did he have to go shell out another $22 for it?
I'm pretty sure he had to pay some more money.
And he was sitting front courtside, so I guess he's got it.
Yeah, but I mean, me personally, I would want for the stadium to replace my beer because it wasn't my fault. It's different if I drop it, that's on me, right? But Kemba Walker with that horrible pass.
That was a horrible pass.
He dropped my beer, so I should get another one. It should be courtesy. Plus, I'm paying all of this money to sit up here. I think that, I should be able to get that little flex just a little bit.
I will be right back. I got another winner for y'all. I just want to remind you, I have given y'all. Did y'all remember what I said yesterday? What did I tell y'all? Take the Timberwolves plus 12.5. Do y'all know what the final score in the Timberwolves game was yesterday? Does anybody want to know? Anybody care? Anybody care? Oh, you care, sir. I'm so glad at least you let me know. That's right, 139 to 134. They beat New Orleans. It was right after New Orleans had played, that's right, the Los Angeles Lakers, and everybody was talking about Zion and everything. I knew they were going to come out and just they were not going to beat them by 12. I didn't know they were going to lose, but I knew it was going to be tight, and I knew it was going to be close. I gave you another win. You want another win? All you have to do is sit through this, and we'll be right back. But never forget this. Any house, any area, as is, as simple as that. I buy houses. Bill, 901-406-1101. He can't buy it if you don't make the phone ring. You dial 901-406-1101. Say, Bill, at I Buy Houses. Come on over. Bing, bang, boom. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. It doesn't get any better than that. Whatever you do, don't touch that dial. This is Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
I almost never go to Central Barbecue without running into somebody I know.
That could be because you only eat at Central Barbecue.
It's because Central Barbecue is where Memphians go to get barbecue and has consistently been voted the most popular barbecue restaurant among locals.
Actually, that's really saying something.
I know. Memphis is the nation's capital of barbecue. With all the choices, people who live here go to Central Barbecue.
They do get their share of tourists.
Sure, because Central Barbecue has been mentioned on TV and in tons of national publications. You know why?
Because of the great food?
Because those TV shows and magazines look for the place where the locals go, and that, my friend, is Central Barbecue.
Stop waiting and start off-road living in a Can-Am today. The Spring Fever event is now on at Olive Branch Motorsports. Take on every task, trail, and terrain in a Can-Am off-road vehicle that will easily handle anything that comes your way. And for a limited time, get up to $2,500 off on select 2019 models, making it easier than ever to go out and play. Visit Olive Branch Motorsports now at 5656 Goodman Road or online at obmotorcycleatv.com.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire-roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
I'm Dr. George Flynn. As a physician and president of Flynn Broadcasting Company, I want to assure you that this Flynn Broadcasting station will keep you totally updated on breaking news or changes in the coronavirus situation. There's some easy steps you can take right now to begin to prepare you in a relaxed manner. Stock up on any household items you might need for fever reduction, such as aspirin, acetaminophen, or ibuprofen. Stock up on food and disposable items just like you might take on a 10-day vacation. This way, even in the unlikely possibility you're quarantined, it'll only be a minor inconvenience. There's absolutely no reason to panic and certainly no reason to try any unproven treatments or medicines. We'll keep you updated with true, proven medical facts so that you can live with minimal disruption in your life, whether it's at work, at school, or at home. I'm Dr. George Flynn, thanking you for being a stable, positive influence in our community, and stay informed through Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up dead. You don't head back to Tennessee yet. Rich man step on my poor head.
Welcome back to a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. And yeah, we got games tonight. We got the Grizz on the Rizzo playing the Nets. Oh my goodness, a little back-to-back. The Nets got the best of the Celtics last night. Holy cow, 51. I just don't see that tonight, even though they can go out there with a bunch of big guards. I watched them play up against a big lineup in the L.A. Lakers and handle their business. Defense is on fire. They stopped Atlanta and Trae Young, held them to 88 as well. I feel like they go on the road, play the Nets tonight, who have no Kyrie, obviously no KD. And I'm going to tell you right now, in just a second, I'll give you all the pick for tonight. Oh, but before I give you the pick, I got to ask you. Now, if you bought an old house, if all you people out there, especially some of you people in Midtown, a lot of y'all know how it is when you buy an old house, they have a lot of character, but they have a lot of history. Have you heard about the guy who bought an old house, went down into his basement, saw this kind of something that didn't belong, knocked out the wall, and there was a whole hidden room in there? And did you hear what was inside that bad boy?
No.
Dude was ready to start a small war. Grenades, enough live ammunitions for a small army. I'm talking about
the guy that lived there before him was like one of those doomsday preppers.
Yes, he also had all his money. Like for some reason, and by the way, why did they? And so the person is sitting there trying to figure out. The homeowner's also so confused. He's like, the dude, like the person who left, like, did the previous homeowner not know about it? Because he's thinking, obviously, like the previous homeowner had no idea this room was there either. But in the past, I mean, they go in there. This thing literally had like 40 different machine guns, enough ammunition, like I said, for a small war. He had grenades, grenade launchers. Like what other?
So this had to be like an old house, huh?
It was a very old house.
So this is probably like pre-World War II.
I'm thinking this has got to be
house.
like
old house.
Back in the day when everybody was getting like prepared for like the end of the world, when the Cold War was going on and stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
This dude was prepped and ready to go. I'll tell you that. But this is my question though. Where the heck do you buy this kind of ammo, and how do you buy you can't go to a store and buy grenades, can you, or a rocket launcher?
That means he'd have to have some type of clearance, I would assume, with like U.S. Army or Army officials, or he's just doing it completely illegally and has his connections.
Got gas mask out the frame down there.
He was ready to go, man.
Dude, and this is the other thing is, he also, down in there, instead of having money, it all had like silver and gold. Also, he left money and silver and gold. Dude, I don't know. All I know is, man, some of these dudes, they preppers are crazy. But dude, to find this, you got to be honest with you. That's like finding a small fortune, isn't it? Like, you can sell a rocket launcher now, can't you?
Hey, man, no.
Or no?
You would have to turn that over to – is this in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're turning that over to the government, buddy. Yeah,
Well, are they going to give him anything for it?
I don't know if there's like a recovery prize fee or whatever. I don't know, but you're turning over all that to the government. You're not going to make all that much money off of that. Maybe the gold and silver. The gold and silver might stay
Oh, he's
with
going
you.
to keep that. I do know that. But the one thing that's the most fascinating, he still hadn't got in, and this is why I'm bringing this up, because I'm going to look into this while it's going on. There was one room that had a huge wall safe. He can't get into it. They're going to have to get a professional safe cracker. What if a dude had a whole room full of ammunition, machine guns, rocket launchers, grenades, silver and gold? What in the heck does the dude have in the safe? I mean, he's got gas masks. Like, what in the heck do you think's in that safe? Like, my mind has been wondering all day.
What's the Goonies? What's
Dude,
that
I love
called?
that
What's that
show.
called? What's that
It's called The Goonies.
No, but I mean, what's the it's like
Data?
The
Me chunk you sloth.
Yeah,
Sloth.
but no, I'm talking about whose ship was it where they found all the gold? and stuff?
It was
It's like Tom.
Oh,
what is
no.
it? See, that's what I'm saying.
I got you. Ship from the Goonies. It'll be really easy. Here it comes. The ship from the Goonies. Of course, they will show me an image and not a damn word. Thanks. The name of the ship in the Goonies is the Goonies was the 1940 Errol Flynn. Oh man, I want the inspiration, man. Come on, dude. They're getting serious on me.
One-Eyed Willie.
Thank you. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, One-Eyed Willie's treasures in that
One-Eyed
safe.
Willie's treasures. Listen to this. They're like, oh, we use the Seahawk. The director used it as inspiration for blah.
You're like,
Man, come
I
on,
don't care
dude.
about-
I
no,
want to know.
I'm good.
One-Eyed Willie. By the way, One-Eyed Willie. That's a pretty good pirate name, by the way. I didn't even think about that. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because it's the end of the show, and I've been giving y'all nothing but money because I've been giving y'all nothing but winners. And when I give y'all all these winners, what do you need to go do? You need to head on down to Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. Bing, bang, boom. Just got you some boots. How's it feel? Feels good because these boots are made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. Oh, if you want to get those boots, the ones that are perfect for you, go to Frontier Western Store or go online at frontierwesternstore.com. They're not only a boot showroom, they also have a ladies' boutique, a kids' department. They have Carhartts and Ariat and all those good jeans for you men. They have everything. It's Frontier Western Store, and they are the real deal, Holyfield. Now, a little bit of reminder. Tuesday, we had no phones. Talk to my man John Luke. He wants to jump in tomorrow. We got a little conversation about some football. Also got to say shout out to my girl Kathy, 56 years old. She's down to the final 6 to be the cover of the SI swimsuit. She is a rookie model, and again, she is over 50 years old. Pretty much an inspiration. I do feel like I'm on drugs. Jeff Sessions is in a runoff with Tommy Tuberville. That is not a joke. That's really going down. And again, the coronavirus has canceled all sporting events in Italy and is also, if you are a Yankee, according to the big boss himself, no pressing the flesh. No pressing the flesh. But they have one guy who's such a loser, he will hand out some autographs that they did in a very quarantined situation. Stay quarantined. Get out there. Make the world a better place. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
There's a new comic